Good morning for nice and beautiful Tomah, Wisconsin. We are glad to be back here for session number 2020 Wisconsin Dairyland Super National event here at the Monroe County Ag Center. My name is Miles Krieger. I am blessed to be the announcer, one of the three announcers of this event on the live stream and on the live PA. And I also get to be a part of what I've been talking to and what we've been kind of discussing over the last 3-4 months is what's going to come as a wave of energy and hopefully revolutionize, continue to grow and expand and broaden the horizons of this sport. Absolutely,
more eyeballs.
Absolutely,
more
and
eyeballs.
bring more eyeballs and reach a little bit wider base of what we're trying to do in the sport. So to my left, we have Jason Schultz. To my right is OJ Graysick and Chase Richardson. These two gentlemen, kind of the masterminds of what we have with full pull.
Well, there's the master and then there's the mind. I just want to be clear.
I
just want to be clear how that
And then to my left is...
Hey, I'll let Miles do his intro, then I'll have my intro, my version of it. So.
My bad, so it's all good.
To the left is Jason. Obviously, he is the proprietor and the gentleman behind the Beer Money Pulling Team, which has expanded so much as well in the sport and done a lot to help get eyeballs back into the game as well. So, we talk about temperatures and we talk about kind of general conditions of what things are like right now. We're going to have unseasonably warm Tomah than we typically are experiencing. It's not uncommon for us to have a 90-degree day. It's uncommon for us to have 3 of those in a row in competition. But last night, fantastic track conditions, very consistent, very fair track, not necessarily a numbers draw. Some might debate and fight with me on that, but if you look at the 4-wheel drive class from last night and a couple others as we'll debate a little bit deeper, I can give you the numbers of where we hooked and I can give you the numbers of where we finished, and certainly a whole lot of fantastic competition from the 5 classes that we ran last night. So let's jump right in, guys. Let's talk a little bit.
Yeah, I'll do the intro. So we have the guy who started this concept, once again, the Miles Beyond Roadshow. We just stole the idea, but we didn't really do it without respect. We brought the guy who started here, and then
that was nice of you.
And then we got the guy with 1.2 million followers. Otherwise, he would never be up here. Just to be blunt about it.
But well, I'm not pretty and I'm not nice, but we do have a lot of people that follow us on social media about truck and tractor pulling. So I would think we have the ear, one of the ears.
Yeah, you're something. Yeah. Actually, he's the best. I love the guy. But let's not get twisted why he's here.
Yeah.
So
and then you brought a guy that knows nothing about.
How did you?
He's a St. Louis Cardinals fan.
Yeah. How did your? I was 0 for 5 last night. Actually 0 for 7 because I pulled twice too, and I didn't win either one of those. So
you gotta count those.
Did you finish in the top 10 last night?
I think I got 8th and 9th.
Okay, good. Well, there's 30. How many in your class last night?
23.
23.
Yeah. No,
it's okay. I mean, I expect more from you.
He didn't blow anything up, which is also a key.
That's what I always ask. Is Chase in a good mood? Like, how'd the tractors run tonight?
Yeah.
No, but there's different levels of good mood. Well, speaking of the two-wheel drive truck,
there we roll a 2-wheel drive truck right across towards the scale.
That's nice.
If you caught yesterday, but we're here to spread the obvious word to the rest of the world. This is the greatest motorsport in the world.
It is.
It'll happen. Probably give us a year or two, but like everyone's going to know that shortly. But also that the mini rock class is the best class in pulling. And I don't know. I know you're a diesel guy.
So my chassis will be here for my diesel super stock this winter.
But there's no conversation to be had about what the best.
Well,
class
no, we
is.
can have all the conversations you want in the world, but you're always going to smack me down and slam me down.
Well, back to what you said earlier. Finished 8th and 9th in that class.
That's amazing. Top 10.
There's some headbangers in there, man.
I mean, there isn't, like, Miles had an awesome photo on his Miles Beyond 300 Facebook page of the old Gorilla Wrens. There was a time when you out-horsepowered, outsmart, out-knew people, but everybody's got access to all the technology now. Yeah. So everybody can go get the newest, the Noonan or the Poonan or the SSSEI or all you spark plug guys. You can all get that if you write the check.
Stick to diesel.
But you have to still go out and drive it. Yep. And to Miles' point, it wasn't a numbers draw last night. Like, I felt like I was watching the live results, listening on NTPA.TV on the way home from Missouri, and, like, a couple got out there, then, 4 or 5 went, and then I felt like maybe a road got made, or, I was trying to imagine how Riles, listening to Miles announce and stuff like that.
Kudos to that track crew. It's been a good time.
48 years.
I'll comment on the mini rock class, and we can talk about each one. My pick didn't win, but we were saying off air, Nathan Hoffman, in these stereotypes of region tractor and state, like I hate that. That's so stupid.
Grand National just means you have time to run the big circuit.
Exactly,
You can take off for a week or two at a time.
And back to this Wisconsin group of minis,
They're
like
tough.
the last couple of years. I mean, those dudes roll in and just stomp your head in the ground.
Yeah, Pisings. I mean, look at the puller lineage in that deal. That's amazing.
And Nathan Hoffman is very tough on this track.
Oh, yeah.
He's always tough, but like, I should have picked him.
You guys, this is their chance to whip up on all you national guys.
I'm not
close
a
to
national
home.
guy.
No. Well, you are. You run Grand National. I mean, you're not, but your tractors are,
Yeah.
and that's just how that works. So, and people go around with all that stuff and do it, and this is their chance to say, hey, we got what it takes, because everybody sees these big rigs leave every weekend, and where are those guys going? Well, I'm going to some little small town in Wisconsin. Oh, I'm going to be in Tomah this weekend. You guys, Tomah, and Miles has said this a million times. There are certain polls you don't have to say the state.
Yeah,
Sure.
right.
Chapel Hill, Tomah, Bowling Green. They're destination polls.
I asked Miles this yesterday, and you're catching up today. This is easily a top 5 tractor pull in the world.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Easily.
And nobody.
I'm saying top 3 or 4, but I don't want to get.
That'll be another live show.
yeah.
That'd be fun to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get everybody's opinion on it.
We'll do our own shows. We're not going to self-produce beer money stuff anymore.
Well, I mean, once you catch up to my level of production and
Shots
professionalism,
fired.
Yeah. Miles,
He's
some
just jealous,
mini
Miles.
rod class, like you said, consistent. Renee and Adam Bauer late in the class put it out there. What was their difference?
They were in the 330s.
There's a couple
Yep.
feet between.
Yeah,
first
so
and third, right?
Nathan was early, and if you go back, let's go back to 2021, and 2021 he was like middle of the class, makes a beautiful cross track,
Yeah.
and
Same track,
he
infield
went
track.
he went right to the infield track again, went right back to his notes. Most of these pullers have statistical data of what they did, what the air pressure was,
Yeah.
what the setup was, what the fuel was like, and last year he came here after kind of injuring a motor, wounding a motor. He came here last year with his backup in, a little bit ill-equipped possibly to come back for a repeat. And he had a really nice pass, but you may remember he went out of bounds.
Oh, I know. I noticed.
And that caused him to obviously lose his shot to win again. But last night's pass was that. And we'll talk a little bit about a mod pass that was super impressive, and we'll get your opinions on that as well.
Right.
But
what about the 4-1 Pro Stock class? So the guy, Tom, what's the one? I love the name. Time for one more. Is that?
Oh, Josh
Yeah,
Dutton.
How did he do?
You picked him, and unfortunately, he had some issues on the big end of the track. He came out of gear, I think, and actually probably hurt it a little bit. But
I cursed
that's a 4-1. That's a 4-1 reference there for the limited,
And then,
the
time
limited
for
pro
one, he did
time
it together.
4-1.
It's a 4.1 limited pro stock class.
Yeah, time for one more though.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
like
Well,
beer garden. Hey, for you fans just tuning in now, we are in the
Hey,
beer garden.
Chase,
here.
can you turn your mic so full pulls on the front? I mean, you are
There
the
you
owner,
go,
man.
so
Yeah.
I want you to be more
not the
professional. So. Well, you're the proprietor. You're something.
So,
Because he'd be busting my balls if I did that.
Oh, no.
just so you know.
Somebody's got to call
Hey,
him.
Schultz.
who won the 4-1?
So
class?
we're
Dean Hollicky.
Dean Alicki,
Yeah.
and he was that's win number 8 here
Wow.
for him.
Miles knows-
seven
yeah.
semi wins with the
Yeah,
mother
Mother
trucker.
Trucker.
You shouted him out. Yes,
And
he wasn't your pick. But you
He
talked
was
about him.
he was who I
He
said
was-
would be number
yeah.
2 because
Yeah.
he had the first hook. Now what did he do? He turned the pull down, came back 6, and went 354 feet, and no one got within 10 feet of it.
They were the first class out, right?
They were first
Yeah.
class
so
on the
he-
grandstand
Miles
Miles
was on
side.
his game. I remember the semi pull reference.
And Chris Ashleman was number 2, digging for a living.
Tough
He's leading
tractor.
Region 3 right now in
Yeah, he
Limited
stomped
Pro.
everybody's butt up in Ellsworth.
And he has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
And that guy has really just kind of, you think about Farm Show, and just 2023 has just almost been a picture-perfect deal for him. And then the gentleman there late in the class with the gorgeous kind of maroon case hazard, he came out and got 3rd in that class. And so you think about, sort of the parody of it all. John Deere wins the class, and Dean, obviously, from years and years and years and what he's been doing, and everybody kind of knows him from his years coming here with the semi to come back and do that. He told me that last night in his interview that his wife told him it was time to come back pulling. And then from that he goes back and immediately runs to the pit area to help Brett Berg, and then those guys from Minnesota are all pretty tight. But
Olin, OJ, how did your picks do in the 4-1 class? Do you remember? Did you get close to any of them?
I did not.
Okay.
No, but I still feel good about him.
Yeah.
I rooted for him.
I need to check. I'm going to put you up against my wife because my wife would be like, she's like, well, I'm going to pick those Blackburn guys. I hear you talk about them a lot on your shows and your podcasts and stuff.
Yeah.
Open Super Class. So we had Jeff Hodem took the lead. Like it seemed like the
so
last
they
few in
they
that class
continued
got rolled.
to do that back to back to back to back.
Cody
We had
go out early, Miles?
Cody took the lead.
Okay.
That was your pick, right?
and he was my pick, and unfortunately I don't
I like
know
to
how
call Miles' bad picks out because
I don't
he
know
makes
how
them.
bad it was. He ended up 5th. and I don't know how bad it was, but he came out of gear, revved up pretty high, and certainly you think about Josh Blackburn and all that they've been doing. Their components have really started to come on and go. So Zane Daly won that deal.
That's
the
a
Rutten
tractor
Deer
out of
2,
Blackburn
and
shop.
that's a Blackburn
Top 5.
engine.
Is
Is he
You
from
know.
up in there?
Cuba City.
Yeah, he's from like that area, like Platteville and Cuba
Yeah,
City,
2
that
hours south
whole
of there.
area of what they're doing. So they, Zane won, and obviously he's a 2-tractor team. He and Bob Gansmer, former NTPA champion, they
Hold'em's
run
a
together.
Blackburn guy too, right?
Hold'em has
That
an
and
all
brand new
new
Bullet.
Blackburn,
He's been
new
running
Blackburn
hard,
motor.
like really well.
No, he's got the best stuff.
Yeah.
He's got what Blackburn's tractors have and Chiswick's.
And Josh was in the middle of them there. So Josh ended up second with Mike Chizik's other entry, the V8 entry. So they're extremely armed and dangerous. So they were 1, 2, and 3. And Zane, obviously, again, another John Deere win, which, the Super Stock Open class, it's really been dominated by red and orange and that old Silver Bullet Agco, obviously, with the cat power. So that was a really nice class. Unfortunately, we had some breakage, and we had several guys that were struggling to keep it inside the chalk lines. We had a couple of them make pretty difficult right-hand turns that they just weren't able to bring it back, and we even saw that with an old crafty veteran in the mod class.
And
as
Miles,
well.
wait a second, I got something to say.
No, Miles.
Really?
It just came to me. If you're building an open super. Are you
Yeah.
red, green, orange guy?
Yeah,
Or do you want to comment?
I have no problem telling you what I would build. I would build an orange tractor if I
Orange?
could. Yeah.
There's no oranges out
but,
there
But that's
anymore,
for the
really,
variety
right?
and the sake
Not
of
the
it.
national level. Irvin's have one, the Drunken Pumpkin.
They
a couple
do,
different
and
ones.
Carlin's have their light super. You go back to the roots of
Like Jeff Hurt?
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what comes to my mind as a kid, and we all know how tight-knit and bonded that we all are in this pulling world, and we just lost a legend in my mind. Dennis Johnson,
Sure.
Shaq Nasty, passed
Sure.
away a few months ago, but
Yep.
he was a bad hombre. Bad dude. He used to run that thing on the edge.
He did. It was awesome. It
yeah.
always
From Nebraska.
He always Jeff Hurt it. I like to call that.
So-
He leaves it all on the track. So.
I have no problem saying this. I'll go on the record as saying it. If I could buy a light super stock tractor tomorrow and it was mine, I would go to Missouri and I would bring the D21 of the Terry family home with me.
They're still waiting on parts.
That would be my tractor. Now,
It's sharp.
they use, Brian Connor does a lot of work with them and has done a lot of work with them over the years. So when at Gordyville 9 years ago, I had some Miles Beyond 300 Best Appearing Awards presented, and I handed them that award, and I'm just telling you like that. The old D21 orange is my favorite color. So first of all, I have a bias, not because of performance, but just my sheer orange is a happy color. It makes me happy. I love orange. And so that tractor rolled into Gordyville that weekend, and I thought, good Lord. And this is before they got the all-new frame. This is when they were still running the old heavy frame that they
It's
had cut on
lengthened
and cut
out
on and cut on and cut on. So that, I love that old D21, and there's just something, you go back to the roots of watching the guys that, I grew up watching in the diesel class or in light class with the D21. So I love that old body style. If I was going to build a light super, I'd find a way to make a D21 work.
I'd say with your handicapping prowess you're already displaying, I'd say you could probably just leverage what you're pulling off and make it on full pull and maybe get one of those here soon. I mean, at the rate you're going.
Yeah, I don't.
Speaking of four-wheel drive, I know you had Holman's and Carmen. Carmen got second. I
Carmen
didn't
got
watch any of the
second,
class, really.
and so that class, it was Jake Zering. obviously,
He's on
3 in a row.
He's on a rail.
He won the points championship last year, but it all started right here at Tomah last year with him sweeping with Rule 19. His son Ike went out earlier in the class with the bucket list Dodge, and he really took the lead very beautifully. And as we got a little bit deeper in the class, Jake came out, put about 8 feet maybe or so on him, and nobody touched either of them for a good while.
Carmen was late, right?
Carmen was scheduled to be last hook. Now, we ran 3 trucks before we reset the sled, so the Whiplash truck, Extreme Whiplash truck, got to come back. Larry Peterson came back, and we also had Mick Broughton. He came back. So those were our final 3. But, yeah, 4 from the end. Carmen went to number 2. She was a couple of feet behind Jake. And then Lawrence Line. Lawrence
local,
Line was number
local,
3. And you think about what those guys there's a region truck with Lawrence and with Carol Suki and Bill Suki. They go out all of the time and run really, really hard on their region level, but then they show up at the Bowling Green and the Tomah events and find themselves on the podium or in the hunt. And I love that about pulling. I love the fact that you can be, you can be a state runner. I don't want to refer to them as a state level entry because that makes me feel like I'm pigeonholing them into a budgetary thing. That's not the truth. They're spending the money that a lot of the national level guys are. They're simply not traveling as much.
Yeah, they got to milk the cows.
The Sukis run a business. They absolutely do, and that's a neat dynamic. I love the dynamics of the sport. Carol Suki's dad is Lawrence Line, and so Carol actually had some issues last night, and they have to work to get their truck back together for. Right? So and they do a fantastic job and have truly been a really tough out here.
Tough competitors. They've been around for a while.
Absolutely.
I want to talk about the out of bounds real quick. I think a lot of us that don't know, we just assume that how can a legendary puller like Travis Schwab on Hutchinson, he got sucked off. They're making so much horsepower, and especially in the 30.5s, they get so locked in. They literally will burn their brakes up trying to keep that vehicle in bounds. And I know Miles will touch on this when he announces, but they're not hitting the wrong brakes. You just get grooves and tracks, and it hooks you. And that much horsepower hooked at once, there's nothing you can do. Nothing.
My pick yesterday
let out of
in the modified class, and I was on the record saying this, and I still say it, Wayne Sullivan, Papa Wayne.
Yeah.
He is a driving SOB. The dude can drive anything.
Yeah.
But even he last night is a...
That is the first time since they put that tractor together that he has gone out of bounds.
See, I jinxed him too. Papa Wayne, I'm sorry.
Yep.
I won't pick you again.
Yeah, people are gonna start quit picking me on my show. Quit picking me on my show.
Donnie came walking down the track and he just looked at me. He said, "That is the first time since we put that tractor together that he went out of bounds."
So
now he was working on it. He was trying.
70.
He is 80,
Dude,
real close to 80.
I've told Donnie,
mid late 70s.
They pull Fagundus's me rod.
Sure.
Papa Wayne can drive me rod. That dude can drive. I'm serious. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
He's a driver.
I want to meet this guy.
Yeah.
Papa Wayne.
Oh, you
Well,
won't forget him when
what
meet
you
him.
need
He's
is give yourself about an hour and let him just. My brother and Dan Mayer last week went to Bowling Green for the Hot Rod reunion with the NHRA, and Pat Friels and Wayne Sullivan and all these guys hit there every year. And my brother sent me this photo, and he just said, "Papa Wayne's telling stories," and it was just this whole group of people that were just captivated by him and just sitting there listening, as he was. So
Let's Papa Wayne. I won't pick you again. Sorry. Modified class. What did you see? I know you were commenting on earlier.
Yeah, so. I am not an official. So first things first, the announcer is not categorized with an official. Jason, myself, when we have a microphone trackside, we do not have the ability to change a decision or influence a decision trackside.
Correct.
But we do have the ability to give our input.
Yeah.
Brandon Simon's pass last night was absolutely monstrous.
I missed it. I heard it though.
He went 381 feet, and sitting in the rear. Literally started. The tractor just was about to go out. He was going to just go out into the pit area and park out there, next to the Fleming's trailer, I think. But as you look a little bit deeper into it, there are a few elements that have to be considered. 381 feet's a really long way. Yeah. You have safety issues that are starting to come. Had he been going straight, he'd have been within 15 or 20 feet of the Blue Barrels. And
call that a good run.
It's a monster pass.
Absolutely. it was a monster.
It sounded like I was
pass.
back at our pit, and it was screaming.
So I get for Brandon's sake why he would have felt the way that he would have, especially because he wasn't able to replicate the beauty of what he had the second attempt.
More motors, etc.
Yeah, and he came back, and he still made a podium, and that tractor has been very consistent. It's been very consistent since it was created. Keith and Ricky Long had it was the MAV TV entry.
It was a
that was Ricky's.
That was Ricky's tractor.
Bad mod.
And it had just
because Ricky helped him at Louisville when you were announcing.
Yep, it was Ricky's tractor, and it was a tough out from the get-go. So let me also give kudos to Jeff Rose. Because Jeff Rose got a win. That is,
fired up.
He has had two Enderley wins in his career, and he also had a Grand National win in Sandwich, Illinois, I think in 2020, 2021.
Got second last week, Friday night, his hometown pulling Hutch on Friday night.
Yeah. So for him and Ricky, those guys, they work their tails off,
hard-nosed
and they just
they
run hard. They always run hard. They always are repairing and rebuilding because they run hard, and they also choose to run the mod and the unlimited.
They're the only guys really out. Now, there might be a 4-engine mod jump up and run unlimited. Sure. There's not going to be another vehicle adding a motor like used to.
Right. Everybody do that regularly.
That was like the thing.
Yeah, everybody went back and added motors.
Yep. Like, that's really unheard of now. And
except for
Ricky.
Choose your pit spot near a tree. and get you a harness and
schedule a telehandler for 4:30 on Friday afternoon.
Yeah, and we'll bring ice and water.
And it's going to be sitting on the edge of the trailer with the door open, just on standby, ready for you.
And there were so many of those. So, I mean, kudos to Jeff. I don't ever want to take anything away. Jed
got
Leichner was second, and Jed made a beautiful pass, drove off the track in the lead. You go back to 2022 here on the grandstand side in the unlimited class. Jed Leichner is the last person to truly defeat Joe Ader.
Wrong. Wrong. All right, just like you said about officials, announcers, competitors can tell announcers when they're wrong, right?
Absolutely.
Joe Ader had an unbelievable season. He is the best driver in that class, I would say. But Jed won the first one, and then the last pull of the year, Wayne Purser won at Wellington, Ohio.
Joe didn't drive.
And then
Ken Vini drove.
And then at the Enderley.
Thank you, Miles. I like it when you correct Chase.
At the Enderley, my dad got
right.
lucky and got by him. But the Enderley probably don't really count, though.
Well, it's an all-star poll,
so you're
and it
saying
does
I'm
change.
right? I could be an announcer.
You are right
Like
with the Enderley side of
60,
things.
We're going to give you 60%.
1.2, shut up.
But you will remember that it was really hyped up that Ken Vini was going to drive Joe's tractor, and unfortunately never really got the throttle
he
all
never
the way
bent it open
forward.
like
I would
And-
say, look at all the categories, and we'll talk about this later. Putting odds and favorites on anyone to win, like a lock, Joe Ader is up here. I would say him, and then Colin Ross is probably pretty close.
So flipping through the app last night on fullpoll.us, making my picks, I had Hutchinson in my brain, and I had name. You have that name, and that's what this is going to do. You have your favorite puller, but you want to see. You're going to watch the entire class with so much more anticipation because my guy's last or my gal's last, and it's really. The level of excitement that's going to do, even if it's a $5 bookie bet with your buddy in the kitchen,
that's
I'll buy you a
that's
beer.
called illegal.
I know it's illegal. It's illegal, yeah. But I'm just talking about in the kitchen, I text Miles.
We encourage doing everything properly and by the law.
That segment was brought to you by our attorney at fullpoll.us.
In the beer garden, we want nobody under 21 participating.
Yeah. Right.
I talked to Chris Schreier about that.
Yep.
We don't want anyone below 21 anywhere participating with the picks. Always follow the law, Jason.
I am a rule follower to the T. I can't hold my sheet, but
so I don't know if you're watching this at home or wherever, but come through. We're at the beer garden, into the track.
Main grandstand
side. Olin, talk about a little bit what actually.
You need to introduce him.
Because
we got really excited.
Did you hear him?
We got really excited.
I'll do my introduction after.
We didn't introduce him.
Hear it all.
Well, no, all right. It's good. All right. So how about you talk?
This guy.
How about you talk about some of the winners last night? We had some people win some cash. One person come on stage.
Yeah, we brought him up on stage.
We didn't have the $1,000.
We did not. We did not get 1,000, but you still, if you still come up on top in that contest, you still get $200, which is nice.
Was it Mike Brzezinski? Is he in the lead?
Maybe, yes.
Okay, because he texted me this morning. Because he's points wise, he's in the lead on that.
Yeah.
The text message I got this morning, the screenshots of how everybody did last night. It was so fun to see that.
Yeah, we had over 1,000 people playing last night, which is really, really cool.
For just a soft roll.
Yeah,
it's
a soft roll. Yeah.
If you're watching, go to fullpoll.us right now. And just make your picks.
Yeah, and
it's super easy.
And we're
again,
we're over here by the beer garden.
Hey,
we're giving swag away, shirts.
Brittany Brinkman.
Yep.
You are the class winner for you won $100 for the 4-1
class last night. That was the other one we had lumped in there.
Dean.
Yeah, and then the $200 cash winner. If you get all correct, you win 1,000, which no one does. I'm gonna do a side illegal wager with you, Schultz, and nobody hits the
this weekend.
They'll
pick it.
They got
it's too many. It's big numbers.
But somebody like you who thinks they know everything might be able to pick it.
Hey,
don't say you're just kidding because you're not.
The $200 winner last night. Again, if you don't pick them all correctly, kind of go in a point system just like we do as competitors. Michael
Prashinsky owns the Track Patrol sled.
Really?
Him and his dad.
Oh, that's
And crazy pulling fans. Like him and Miles could talk for days.
Cool.
Yeah.
And challenge each other.
We had a lady get all three right though in the mini class last night.
She picked all three of the top three, and it was to pick the top three in any order, right?
It's a winner. And we'll talk about the games. Last night we had the winner circle pick for 2 classes for the 4-wheel drive mini rod, and then you picked the winner of the 4-1 Open Super Mod class. And you could get all winners right. And we had multiple winners. getting Benjamin Franklin's.
Yeah.
$100 bills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first one came up.
Yeah, she
Miles
did.
introduced her. Her, you could set a display name.
Yep.
And her display name was "I'm a starving doctor." So I'm glad she nailed that. But yeah, it was
That's
great.
cool.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Let me help Chase out. There you go.
So obviously, we have the best of the best tech people here. We can actually pull this up as you see it as your viewer. We'll talk about
That's
real
amazing.
quick the games for tonight or for today. So
The noon session.
the noon session.
Yep.
So
noon
there's.
session.
I want to make sure everybody knows that there's games for every session.
Every session.
So
Every
four
session.
more
Every
four more
class,
opportunities.
nonstop, baby. Every time there is a session of pulling, there's going to be some stuff going on.
So again, if you're waiting, once session 2 closes out today, we'll then open up session 3 immediately after.
Yeah, so we'll have the session 2 challenge. So the challenge is what we're calling it, is when you pick every vehicle right in the class. So
Yeah.
And that's $1,000.
$1,000.
right
Okay.
for now, and it's going to get much higher as we get further in this.
Right.
We actually envision adding an extra digit to that dollar amount as we get going along
Sure.
with this. So the session 2 challenge, you pick the winner of all classes. Miles, we have the diesel supers, modified, 2-wheel drive,
Light pros.
light super stocks,
light
and
super, light pro.
All right, so you pick the winner in all those classes, you win $1,000.
Or light pros are tonight. I messed up. They're not.
Light
they're not
pros
yet.
are
They're this afternoon.
Oh, and
Yeah.
tomorrow night then.
Tomorrow night.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
So that's the granddaddy, the $1,000 prize.
And nobody hit that last night.
No,
Did anybody get, like-
I don't think anybody's gonna do all weekend.
That's
It's too hard.
tough.
Yeah,
I mean,
want
this-
somebody to hit it.
Oh, I
Yeah.
do
I
too.
want them to hit it.
yeah.
I do too.
The light super stock winner circle pick, so same as the mini rod and 4-wheel drive last night. You get the top 3.
Yep.
Pick the winner, $100. We have the light pro, the diesel super, and the mod winners pick. So you pick the winner of each, just like the format last night. Same deal. 2-wheel drive winner circle picks. Oh, and who you like in the 2-wheel drive? We'll get to our picks later, but we do have the full pull truck running 2-wheel drive.
I like
we're trying to
myself.
Who's driving?
We're
I
trying
like
to make it a
myself in
last
that.
minute driver decision.
Who's driving?
He's lobbying to get in it, but
Yeah,
the
yeah.
last time we drove it, we blew it up. So I don't know if we want to do that.
It depends on if I want to be here tomorrow. Yeah,
Depends
so-
if you want to have a friend after.
yeah
this.
right.
So, and tell the folks in the venue at home how they can play along. Again, we had over 1,000 last night.
Yeah, it's you can go to fullpool.us or even play.fullpool.us. Once you get there, you pick on the game. You'll see the different games listed, and it's simple. You put your email in, you make your picks, and then you're locked in. And then you can go back and look at it later on. You can look at the leaderboard. You can kind of see how you're performing. You can do some bragging against your friends. But it's that simple. You put your email in and you make picks. And like I said, if you're here, come by the booth today. Make your picks and just show us, and we'll give you a full pull T-shirt or some other great swag.
For
So
free, right?
Everybody
Everything's
wins.
free.
Yeah, everybody wins.
So just show that you are participating and get your shirt.
All you do, lock your picks in, show it to us, and you get a shirt.
Even you,
Anybody
Schultz.
could do that.
you,
Even
Schultz.
Chase Richardson.
Yeah, right.
1.2 is your name, not Schultz. So
I mean-
what else can the fans get over here at the trailer? I know there's a number of giveaway
We've got
items.
shirts, we've got hats, we've got stickers, of course.
Earplugs, free earplugs.
That's nice.
Maybe some koozies.
Earplugs are not a 21 and over requirement.
No, that's
Kids
for
can-
anybody.
kids-
Yep.
anybody
Yeah.
can do
We
that.
actually encourage younger people to use the earplugs.
Yeah. Bumper stickers. I love the bumper stickers.
Yeah, bumper stickers.
We need bumper stickers everywhere with the QR codes. So, again, in the venue, if you're not in the venue, like we said yesterday, you can get anywhere in the United States in like 26 hours.
Well, I
Get
was-
in the car now, you can make it to Saturday
There you
night.
go.
I was
You can make it to
texting
Saturday
people,
night.
the West Coast guys out of California, and they're like, "Oh, we can't." I mean, no, it's their games, guys. Get on there and make your picks.
Yeah,
So then
yeah,
it
yeah.
And
spreads it
also-
around.
Yep.
Probably all know this, but clearly you can watch on ntba.tv.
Yep.
It's one of those things. Remember a few years ago we were talking about, this pulls live stream. It's live stream.
That was a big deal.
Now it's just like we all forget about it.
Yep.
But as we spread the word that this is the greatest motorsport ever, those outsiders need to know you can watch this. So ntba.tv, pay-per-view
Yep.
ticket just like the venue.
Great footage. Doing excellent camera work.
Well, you
out
get.
there.
I love that you hear Miles, you hear Alan, you
Yep.
hear Doc. I watched on the way home from Missouri last night in my
Yeah.
car on my
Yeah.
phone
Yeah.
They
because
do
I
a
wasn't
great
here,
job.
so it was amazing.
Miles, you're probably, as an announcer, so if we're going to do announcer picks at some point with you on the show, you're my number one.
Well, thanks, pal. I appreciate
You're
it.
in my top 3.
Well,
We were at a pool last week. And
He's just sucking up to you right now because you stole his
we went
idea.
to this pool last week in Minnesota, and there was this dude with 1.2 million followers on the mic.
Oh,
like
jeez, here
those
we go.
earplugs, I had them in the whole time.
I was only the trackside
so
announcer.
here's the thing
Phil
I'll
was the
tell
main
you.
dog.
I will tell you about announcers. And
Shout out to Dan Mayer too. Dan,
mean-
1A, 1B.
See,
1A,
now
1B.
he's doing
I'm
his
sorry,
whole-
sorry,
I
Well,
mean
sorry.
this with all sincerity.
Yeah.
Everybody, there is enough pie in this sport for an announcer to find their home.
I agree.
And I love working with other people, because when I get the chance to work with somebody else, be it Jason or be it Doc and Alan, Charles Posch or Leroy Schluter or
Yep.
my
Yep.
brother or Dan or whoever it is, I get a chance to learn. I will tell you that I learn a lot from Leslie Mears. I get a chance to learn about the art of an
Wow,
interview
yeah.
and those sorts of things.
Well, from
when I
her
get a
Monster
chance to
Jam.
work with her,
That's awesome.
her
She's-
comfort of working a crowd, her comfort of working somebody in an interview situation,
She
be it a
does not
puller
lack
or a
swag.
fan,
She does
she
not
has
lack
it.
swag.
And
I love it.
so I learn from her, and my hope is always, wherever I go, I think my father for years and years and years was terrified of somebody infringing upon his territory as an announcer. And for me, I want to bring more people into my territory so that I can
Makes you better.
I'm not a technical person. I don't understand the technology of this sport the way that I should. I cannot stand and talk to you about how it all works and how we, how the turbochargers do what they do and how I cannot do that.
But if you have one announcer that's all you had, that's boring. That's why that's why I love multi-announcer events, because everybody brings a little bit of, and you will change your style. We've talked about this. I'll change my style depending upon who I'm working with. If I'm working with a technician, I'm going to be fun that night.
Yeah.
If I'm working with Miles, I'm just taking a back seat and I'm going to go find a kid in the crowd. And if something breaks on the track, I'm going to go take care of that, because Miles has a show under control. Like Phil McIntyre last week, the guy's got it figured out. He's reading his sponsors nice, doing everything. I just do a little trackside stuff.
It is
color.
It is super helpful. Again, I come from a different perspective where I'm attending a lot of these. It's my first time in Tomah. I'm attending a lot of these live events for the first time, and I thought it's phenomenal, a phenomenal job. It helps people like me when you get some of the context around, this is what this means, or this is what this driver did at the last event or the last time in Tomah. So it really does help, and I think you quickly see just how rocket fire it is. It's like, somebody goes off, you give a little commentary, and then right then somebody's going off again. So.
I love the spotlight that this puts on this event. You're taking one of the biggest and baddest pulls in the country, and you're bringing this extra spotlight.
Top 3 in the world.
Top 3 in the world.
Top 5 in the world.
And then, we'll be in Rock Valley, Iowa in a couple weeks, with a whole different crowd.
Schultz.
But
hang
the
on a second,
eyeballs
hang
are
on
on
a
there.
second.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Schultz. We're going to make announcements next week about future events.
I do what I want.
So just so everyone knows.
I do what I want.
No. So
And I didn't know
Mr.
any better.
Mr. 1.2 has made an announcement. After the conclusion of Session 5 at Tomah, the next full pull event will be
Sorry,
Rock Valley,
Jesse.
Iowa. We were going to announce it next week, but this guy likes to get his followers up. So, yes.
Not on purpose. It's just like that fun. Let
Next
people know
week,
we're going.
everyone will know where we'll be the rest of the year. I can tell you it's going to be every weekend somewhere amongst multiple organizations.
Putting a big spotlight on it.
It's gonna be
the
awesome.
greatest
It's gonna be
motorsport in the world.
Yeah, I mean,
The greatest motorsport in the world, but what is the greatest class?
Diesel
What were you
Superstock.
saying? What were you saying?
Well, and I'll make one more plug. Again, Jason alluded to this earlier. This is sort of a soft launch.
Yep.
You want to do these things incrementally. You want to roll them out, and make sure nothing messes up. But as the season goes on, we're going to just keep adding functionality to the app. So, by season's end, you'll be able to go to the Full Pool app and you'll have live results. You'll have, updated standings. You'll have additional content, pit content, things that are exclusive to that. So bear with us through the season. It'll just get better and better and better as we go. I think he's telling us what time.
We should have a segment for the countdown to pull time show. We start something rev up. What should we call this, Miles? In the background.
I always refer to it as the Hemi Parade.
The Hemi Parade.
But I don't know if that's what you want.
Parade.
But
it's awesome. I love
just
it.
so everybody understands that. I mean, and you can better explain this, but you have to put heat in your motor.
Correct.
Before you expect for it to go out and perform at its highest capacity in competition, you got to warm it up.
Yeah.
And most typically, we're going to do that about 90 minutes or so before
They
we
pull
really
them across
go.
to the scales.
It's
get
really,
staged.
I think everyone has a different philosophy. Everyone starts their engine at some point. We typically start at our trailer.
Yep.
Just in case something's wrong. Because dumb stuff happens that you miss, and you don't want to be scrambling at the starting line. A lot of people wait until they go to the scales to get ready to pull, closer. There's a lot of ways to look at it, but everyone starts at some point. That's the other thing. It's so amazing about the sport. There's so much skill and strategy and little details, like when we start our engine, how are we going to get ready? How we do it's not like how Adam Bauer does it. It's not how Adam Kessler does it, but everyone does it fine. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. These are athletes. These are elite skill, especially the mini rock class. No pun intended, but that freaking class, man, you
it's the bull riding. It's the bull riding of truck and tractor pulling.
I like to have a good time like everyone does in pulling, but like you can't stay up all night the night before and like expect to go perform well, or I can't, because you have to be locked in. I mean, that thing will hurt you.
Well, you go hard when you stay up all night, though.
I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy.
You think about
but seriously, it'll hurt you if you're not ready.
Yeah.
So
Well, we've seen it. We've seen the best of the best.
yes.
One little tweak and they're on their side.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly. So
I think with these, like another thing on the warm-up side, most of these pieces of equipment these days are equipped with a data acquisition system. And so, you'll oftentimes see the driver monitoring, and the beautiful thing is they can go in and check each individual cylinder, make sure we're putting heat into it. You can monitor all of the sensors that are there, and we used to sell race packs there at where I work quite regularly, and so I got to learn a lot about, you want to know how fast you were going at 200 feet, we can tell you. You want to know where your throttle was fully open on the track, we can tell you. You want to know how hard you pushed the brake, by gosh, we can tell you.
Yeah.
And there's a sensor for this and there's a sensor for that, and so the sophistication of where we're at now, and that's like Nathan came up last night to the stage and he was telling me, I believe he said that he was at 37 mile an hour at his peak last night.
That's moving.
36 is a big, like around 30. If you can be, for our vehicles, if you 36 or above, you're rolling. So he was at
37 is what
Yeah,
he told me, and I was like, good Lord, 37 mile an hour.
On a rocket.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
On a
2,050 pounds, about 3,000 horses, and
insane.
you're going 37 mile
I
an
know
hour.
I've been pretty harsh on you, Jason, but honestly, there probably is some people watching this that may not know you or what Beer Money. Just, I'm going to be nice and let you talk about what you do with Beer Money.
So I want to give you the history of why I love pulling so much. My mom and dad got divorced when I was in 8th grade. My dad farms in Iowa, and my mom moved us to Wisconsin for work. It's hard to get a kid to go see their dad every other weekend with sports and girlfriends and just life and friends and stuff like that. But my dad had a D21 called Blackjack. It was a pro farm tractor. That'd be comparable to like a super farm back then, kind of a thing. But he pulled East Central Iowa. I went home every single weekend to be with my dad.
Yeah.
And the time that we spent driving to the polls and back from the polls was our time. Just talk about life and stuff like that. And we never. The D21 was fun. I started a Facebook page and a website back in the day called The Few, the Proud, the Orange, because in the red and green world, and that's why. Because I still love an Alice Chalmers D21. That's when Miles talks about it, I get excited. But the technology just wasn't there, and I'm not a motorhead like you are, Chase. I want to go.
I'm not a motorhead. I can't hardly work on a car, but I've just been.
I don't change the oil in my
I've screwed up so
pulling
much
tractor.
stuff when I'm blowing Hemi that I kind of know what I'm doing sometimes. But I'm not like a diesel. Those guys are the most brilliant people. Like the super stock guys, like those dudes. You watch this street outlaw stuff, they ain't got anything on those. Like those dudes are unbelievable to me. Like the way they hammer. I didn't aim to take your spotlight, but the way they hammer their equipment, the way they work and self-produce, like those dudes are rock stars.
So Dad let me drive his tractor. I started putting money into it. It was always his, but I helped out, with stuff, and then we had some really good success with it in the late 90s. And then I built a farm stock tractor and kind of bought my own hot farm, and then had my limited pro, and I just sold that. It's going to stay in the Beer Money family. My mechanic, Tony McDonald, bought it, so we're going to campaign it just like it is. There's actually a company in Canada called Full Pull Logger that my tractor's on the side of their beer can.
Nice.
And they're distributing. They're making it right now.
We need to acquire them, or they probably need to acquire us.
We'll see. And then I've always wanted a diesel super. I grew up watching diesel supers. Ernie Ropp, John Klug, all my heroes. And I ordered a chassis a year ago. And when my motor blew up at Wisner, Nebraska, I just decided it's time to wait it out. And
diesel super's coming, right?
Yep. I want to help you with this, Chase. All I can.
You're not helping me.
I want to help Full Pull grow. I think it's going to be the best thing that's ever happened to our sport, just from an eyeball perspective. And that's what Miles and I have had long discussions, all of us in the pulling media. How do we get more eyeballs on this sport? And yeah, we can say, my video got 1 million views, but I can't tell you that video made you come to Tomah.
Yeah.
But I can tell you something like this, Full Pull, get you engaged. It grabs your inners. And you're excited.
I'm trying to just observe, and one of the coolest things is I've been down in the pits and the campgrounds, and you meet people that are in the sport or fans of the sport, and they all say the same thing. It's never self-serving. It's I want to grow the sport. I want to grow the sport. I want to grow the sport. And I'm totally buying in on that. And the other thing, to your point, the story with you and your dad, this is a family sport. There are kids out here with dads and grandfathers, and There are daughters out here with dads and mothers, and it's a family sport. It gets in your blood, and then you can't imagine doing anything else. Yeah. So it's really cool.
Yep. Hey, so I think right now, just to kind of talk the itinerary of what we got. Show starts at noon, right, Miles?
Yes,
today?
sir.
NTBA TV, or if you're in the arena, you'll be here in person. We will go back live again before the session 3 at 5:15. Same location, the beer garden with music.
Yep.
This little backdrop will be gone because I want to see what's going on behind me. We'll go live at 5:15. Session 3 starts at 7. Same deal. We'll have a whole new set of games and contests for the evening session. And then we'll be wrapped up here in the next 15 minutes or so.
Yep.
And then we'll continue streaming. But the Tomah top crew members and the stuff they traditionally do, we will do it. They will do it here at the full pull venue stage.
Exciting.
So
That's
I think
neat.
this is a good time to kind of roll in. Miles, the classes today. How's the pulling order? Do you
Sure.
have that?
Infield side, light super stock 2-wheel drive. Grandstand side, light pro stock, super stock diesel, mod.
So I think this lead us off. It's pick'em time. Schultz.
I'm so blessed.
Infield
You
side,
never
light
asked me
super.
how I did last night.
1.2.
How'd you do last night?
If you're the king of picking second or third, Miles, I'm your man.
I had some seconds
I'm
and
your
thirds.
man.
1.2. You can show everybody how you got 1.2.
But see, back in my horse racing
I
days,
tried hard.
I always placed a show bet.
Yep.
So I'd have cashed tickets last night on 4 classes because
Nice.
I'd have had my winner that actually was top 3 in the top 3.
So a
All right.
show bet is a top 3 pick in horse racing?
in a horse racing,
In horse racing.
you bet to win, you bet to place, you bet to show,
Yep.
and show is third. So
Let's
let's go light super stock. That'll be the first one.
We're going to follow the session 2 challenge. Just go that format. How about that? Again, just a reminder. Last time I'll say it. Light super stock winner circle picks. Pick the top 3. Pick the winner. $100. Same deal in the 2-wheel drive. Winner circle picks. Pick the top 3 and the winner. $100. Then we have the modified diesel super and light pro winner picks. But we're going to follow the $1,000 session 2 challenge.
The app's in the pulling order, right?
Yes,
So when
yes.
people, so fans, and we need you, please, as a social media influencer of this, we need you to share this. Tag Full Pull. Tell people go to fullpull.us and share, and get your buddies involved that are working right now. Say, hey, get your picks in. I bet I can beat you. Have some fun with this.
Sure.
Miles, light pro stock. Let me hear the verdict.
I'm gonna stick with what I know. He sat next to me on my left yesterday. I'll go with Colin Brickles.
Schultz.
So I was going to pick Colin Brickle. I did his mortgage recently. Just bought a house, moved back home.
If you're an influencer, you're easily influenced.
I am very influenced. But Colin is going to be in the top 3 for sure today. But I'm going to grab Al Cook. He's 1 hook ahead of Colin. And those two, if he beats Colin, it'll be by less than a foot. Those two are going to be right on top of each other. But that's right in the middle of the class. And then right after that, you got the champion from Louisville, Kurt Aftel, also the president of the WTPA.
Yep.
I mean,
This
whole class.
They're that whole list of guys.
Yeah,
like
it's so tough.
Throw him in a hat. Right?
Dorwin is a former winner here.
Well, and Demented's here from PA.
Demented, that's
That thing is mean.
Jeff Michelocci,
Yep.
and he does a phenomenal job. So, I mean, in truth, this is what you would classify in a pick'em kind of test like this with full pull. You go to the Derby, there's no favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
But Alan and Colin have been down this track many, many times. And to what he was talking about with Dean Holicky, I say Holicky is Holicky or whatever.
Yep. If you ask his brother, it's Holiski.
I know, that's what somebody told me in Hutchinson. And I said, nobody's ever said that before.
That's pretty
Holiski.
good.
So, but that's what. So
all
pick
right,
winner.
So
Winner
I
for
get
light
my
pro?
turn. So who'd
No,
you
I'm
pick?
asking.
He didn't pick.
Hey, we're on a time constraint. Pick a
Really?
winner. Yeah.
Okay. I'm taking Alan Cook.
Alan Cook. So
I don't want to jinx Colin.
I might
again, I love all pulling, but I'm not going to act like I know much about light pro stock. But I do know that Colin was here. He endorses full pull. Colin
does.
Burkholz for the win. Lock. Yep.
And I'm learning. So my new philosophy is I'm going to go local.
Okay.
There's a lot of Wisconsin boys, it looks like, on this
Oh,
list.
yeah.
So
This is a dominated class of Wisconsin and out east.
perfect. Josh Blackburn,
No,
if you're out there.
wrong class,
I'm in
dude.
the wrong class?
Yeah, come on.
light
I
pro.
like this.
Oh, okay.
Light pro.
Well, then give me somebody else, Miles.
Here, right
Here you
there.
go. There's
a
your
list.
list.
Pick one.
I'm going with Chris Mann.
True. Chris Mann. All right.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It's much better than Josh Blackburn. Wrong class.
Yeah, you will not win if you pick Josh Blackburn in the light pro
make
class.
that pick. Make that
I
pick.
might
They
make
won't
that.
let you.
All right, light
Yeah,
super
we'll let
stock
you.
Miles.
Okay, light super stock. I am I'm a guy who studies and loves to follow the sport. I'm going to pick somebody
Handicapper.
that
We call
I
you a
don't think
handicapper
most
now.
people will. Okay, I'm going with the Picklers.
With who?
The Picklers.
I like it.
and they're going to be on the Red Thunder tractor. So
You're defending Region 3 champion. They work on a lot of the tough light
if you've heard of it, they refer to themselves quite regularly as the Mondovi Mafia.
I love it.
And they build a whole lot of horsepower for a whole lot of tractors. They are, again, one of those region tractors that goes Grand National and wins. And over the course of the last 6 years, between Bryce and his dad, they've won 5 sessions here.
That's why you're the handicapper. Schultz, what do you got?
Brian Schrammick, red. Williamsburg, Missouri.
Is that the old
That
Spiegelberg?
is the former Jordan Spiegelberg tractor.
Struggled with it last year. Made a heck of a good pass with it Saturday night, the Pullers Championship. Schrammick can drive anything, and he loves the Tomah.
This class, it's 18 toss-ups.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
the light
tough.
pro was 8. There's not, numbers aren't as significant in that, but like, I don't know. Look at this. Brent Payne's driving it.
I know.
Is
So
Brent
that's-
Payne driving a tractor?
No, it's Lauren Paulson's tractor from Nebraska. He works on it, GMS.
I didn't realize
And,
Brent Payne. I'm going to roll Brent Payne, man.
This will be
That's
the
a
first
really
pass.
good tractor.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Miles. He had his Color of Money light super
He did.
stock.
Yep.
So
He has
this
the
guy
Color
knows
Money.
what
He
he's
drives
doing.
the Galot
Brent
tractor.
Payne.
His tractor went out to
I'm going to say not
Voodoo
a lock,
Deer.
but I like it.
Scott Holtgrew.
Yep, Mr. Holtgrew bought his tractor, the old Color Money. It became the
Money.
Voodoo Deer.
It's awesome.
And it's a really mean running tractor.
the
The
outlaw
Paulsons,
circuit,
obviously, they have 2 tractors. His daughter ran last night with Sibling Rivalry in the Limited Pro, and she finished in the top 10. And then
Daily, and they just built a tractor for Lane.
Yep. So they are not typically with us.
they're
you know,
hitting-
at Tomah and NTPA.
They're
just
hitting today, yesterday, and then they're going to Manila, Iowa with me on Saturday.
yeah. So we're glad they're
OJ.
here. Good people.
Guess who I'm
Did
going
you
with?
find the right class yet?
Guess who I'm going
A
with?
local guy.
Do not.
Josh Blackburn.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
That is
You
a
should
good
just
pick.
say
I
that
got him
every
in the right
class.
class now, but stick with him. Stick with him.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
Miles modified.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I kind of last night went out,
Golly, yeah, this is hard.
and stuck with my guns, and I went with the history side of things, and I told you Brett Berg, and he's who I was going to go with. Based on last night and everything, I'll go Brandon Simon.
Yeah. And again,
He redeems himself. He's not test hooked today.
Nope,
so
he's in the
he
middle
won't
of the
be in that
class.
Middle of the
situation.
pack.
Middle of the class.
Yeah,
I'm going to grab Tommy Owens, the Ramblin' Rose.
Tommy Owens.
He's finished second in the points the last 2 years. I got to win up Hutch,
Yep.
so
Brett Berg,
is the man.
I don't just like, he's the guy. He's the modified dude that.
Forever.
I'm not saying he's owned the class, but like he's
He
been
has.
the guy in this
he
class.
and Doug Lively for the longest time were the biggest rivals.
He's not gonna. He's coming out of it today. Brett Berg win. I'm calling lock too, Schultz. 1.2. That's a lock.
Does that make it more official when you say
Yeah,
lock
when he
him out?
says it, it's like what was that show
Pebble
Regis
Way, I'm
hosted?
staying away
Yeah,
from it.
is that your final
Is
answer?
that your final
Is that
answer?
your final answer?
Lock it in.
So Brett Berg is probably. I've been pumping Pablo Wayne's a great driver. Brett Berg is in that same category as drivers.
He has
If he
a
runs
mini,
out of bounds
2 wheels,
today,
diesel
I'm not
supers.
picking anyone else again.
Yeah, I don't want to be bad luck for people.
Brett Berg has had several wins here as well.
Yeah.
You go back into the super stock roots. His first win here was in the mid '80s.
He knows his way in the winner's circles.
You
Here
know
at Tomah.
too.
Yeah.
OJ.
Well, after hearing all about
Josh
this guy-
Blackburn.
Yeah, Josh Blackburn.
Josh Blackburn.
He's driving a mod. What? He could.
How do you not go for Peppo Wayne?
You got to.
I mean,
He's
I
a good.
gotta
He's
go
a
for
good
this
pick.
guy.
Yeah.
Now that's
Number
a
2 early. I think early hooks we haven't talked about. Daytime pulling's a little different than night.
It is because the track dries out so
Well,
fast.
these
Yeah.
guys know what they're doing building a track,
But still, the
sometimes
sun-
they can't control the temperature.
there goes
there's
Colin
Colin
Ross
Ross.
walking right by right now as we
Colin.
speak. So
Colin Ross,
Colin Ross.
triple bypass.
Colin.
He's locked.
Come here.
He's locked in.
he's got
in
his
the zone.
he's got his
Time to
focus.
come on. Will you be
He's
one
got
of
his
our guests
focus
tonight?
face.
Hey, get this.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, that is the baddest tractor in the world. Hey, hey,
Triple bypass.
Hey, good luck today. We want you here tonight.
He said he'd come join us, so he'll be here. And
He
well,
definitely gave me the jinx look right there. He's like, "Don't talk to me." Right
No,
now.
he's got his game
You're the guy
face
that
on
beat
already.
Pablo Wayne yesterday. He ran out.
Yeah.
All right, so you got Pablo Wayne.
I got Peppo Wayne.
All
He's
right.
going to come back and tell us a story after
Diesel
he wins.
super stock. How ironic. Colin Ross just walked
That
by.
is.
yep.
I love this class.
Yep. It's
roll with it. Tell us
super
something,
hard.
Miles. Tell us
Super
something.
hard to try to go against the traditions of what's happened here. I mean, obviously, the two tractors in the super stock diesel class with the NTPA over the last 2-3 years that have really been kind of carrying the banner have been Kent Payne and his wife Sandy with the Super Rooster out of Indiana, and then Travis Slawbaugh, obviously, and his wife Allison with the Bone Twister out of Iowa.
Maringo.
And Colin has really gone and run in the super stock open class. He has not been running diesel.
Somebody told him that a diesel can't run with an alcohol tractor one night, like at 2 a.m, and he said, "Oh, okay." Yeah. I guarantee that's how this went down.
That's why it's my favorite tractor in the world.
Oh, it's awesome. It can run with anybody.
Awesome.
So he turned it on its top there, and really got Waynesburg, Pennsylvania is where he entered the first time and won, and his hometown event against everybody. And so for the last 2 summers, summer of 2021 and summer of 2022, he has been running primarily in the PPL's Super Stock Open division. So you start looking at Colin, but I mean, obviously Colin's a very dear friend of mine, and I based on last weekend, I think I'd be nuts if I didn't put my bet on him.
Like we said, him and Joe Ader would be probably the 2 heaviest favorites of all.
Oh yeah, all weekend here. from a name recognition.
1.2. Who you got?
I'm taking Steve Burge, lock and load. They're due. Just another tough tractor. I mean, Colin dominated in Hutchinson. That thing is mean. If he wins, I won't be shocked at all. But I think we also got a little bit of luck, a little bit of timing, different things like that coming to that. And Steve burnt a piston Saturday night, was really frustrated. Him and Butch drove down to Maringo, down to Travis's shop, replaced the pistons, and they're due, and they need that.
Would it be safe to say there's some rivalries in that class?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone
Healthy.
loves everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Healthy rivalries.
Well, there's
Slawbach and Ross.
yeah, that was the
guys.
2 biggest.
We're going to get them on the show tonight.
Yeah.
2005, I think, was Burge's first win here. He's got 6 to his credit, former champion. The other thing I'll tell you both is don't forget that last year, Degenhardt. Zach Degenhardt was your winner.
18 miles away.
He won with the Degenhardt tractor, and so
Olin, there's your chance.
We don't want to sleep on that tractor by any means at all.
One of my favorite people in all pulling.
Josh Blackburn?
No,
That's my guy.
Honestly, if I was in a jam and didn't know how to fix something, he'd be my first call as a competitor. Mr. Rooster himself, Kent Payne.
Yep.
Ben Petersburg, Indiana.
Love the Rooster.
He's awesome. Got the coolest crew shirts out there.
Yeah.
I watched the event last weekend. I saw your interview with Colin after it.
Yep.
Kind of choked up a little bit. I was like, that's a good dude.
He's a great dude.
He dominated. So I know it's like it's the cliche pick, but there's no way I can't.
No,
I can't
it makes sense.
Yeah. Nobody's calling you dumb for that.
Okay.
At least you got the
Not
name
to your
right.
face.
I got the name right.
Yep.
But Josh, if you want to
Last one, big field. How many 2-wheel drives again?
Oh.
41.
41 miles. I would say out of 41, 39 could 41 could win.
Yep.
Are you going to be able to have a night session with 41 2-wheel drives?
Yeah, well, that one track will be all 2-wheelers.
Sit back and watch City Slicker.
Okay.
I will tell you that of all of the classes, my dearest friends, Jeremy and Jared Nelson were in my wedding, and I go back a long way with a lot of these pullers. I'm going to stick with history, and I'm going to stick with what I know. Obviously Jared has won here twice. He won in 2011. He won again in 2017. But last year Jesse Petro swept. And if I have to pick a truck, I'll take Kathy's Complaint. I'll take Jesse Petro.
I'm going Wayne Timmerman Showtime. Very, very tough region truck. They're just a couple hours south of here. Been pulling at Tomah for a long time. They have 2 trucks in the class.
Last year, right?
He did.
He was right there.
He's right there. Just a quiet guy. Super quiet. Just a great guy. And he's a mean competitor.
Yeah.
Jared and Jesse with Kathy's Complaint drew back-to-back as well. So it'll be...
Yeah, that'd be interesting
Well,
watching him run.
There's heroes in the sport. Randy Petro is one of my heroes. Kathy's Complaint will always be my favorite 2-wheel drive ever. I'm not like you, Schultz. I'm going to stick with my gut and not be influenced by others. Kathy's Complaint, Jesse Petro, lock. He swept last year too, right?
He did.
Is that your final answer, Chase?
Yep.
1.2.
Your truck is 3 hooks after his too. So you
nobody
might
picked,
know where to go.
nobody picked you.
Full pull truck. Hey, I'll tell you what. If the full pull truck wins,
Yes. That
one
what?
free round of beer in the beer garden.
I've seen you do that before.
You heard it.
I heard it. It's
Yeah.
on live,
only
national.
Only one.
Only
If
one.
it wins, don't. Hey,
Right.
those odds are long, so it ain't gonna happen.
We're limiting it to 10.
Don't sell yourself short.
Hey, no,
Is that Pete Sampras?
Free beer for 21 and over. One round.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to show your ID.
Yeah.
So
OJ,
Well,
last one. Get us wrapped
Josh
up here.
Blackburn?
Yeah. Josh Blackburn, if you want to do a late entry, or if you want to come drive our truck, because I'm a company man,
I'm a company man.
and the full pull truck's going to
Atta
take it.
boy,
I don't care who's driving.
Yeah, I like
There we
it.
go.
He's a company man.
I'm picking the full pull truck. That's who we are.
You paying for the beer?
I've not paid.
With the full pull credit card.
Yeah.
No, the winnings. He's going to win.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the odds are
Yeah.
stacked
Yeah.
against you, Mr.
How are we on
Richardson.
time when you get this wrapped up, right?
Yeah, we do. We're,
Yeah,
we're
so,
about 11:10.
They already
11,
turned it. They already
12.
turned it off
You gotta
15
go.
minutes ago.
Yeah, scoot.
Yeah, I got
Guys,
to
thanks.
do top crew awards right here on this stage. So.
Yeah, we're going to let you do that alone because it's getting warm in here, and you look like you're handling this very well yourself.
He's a professional.
Yeah.
Schultz will have you here back tonight. Miles, back tonight, 5:15. We're going to have Colin Ross and Travis Schlaubbach on the show.
Fullpull.us. Make
And-
your picks.
And those two are going to be banging heads on their picks just like they do
Love
on the
it.
track.
Oh, it's going to be a
Love it.
hoot.
Is that cool to you?
Yep.
It'd be
Yeah.
great.
Cool.
Come get your shirt.
What's the last final battle cry? Download fullpool.us?
You can't download it yet. You're going to just go to fullpool.us.
sorry.
You're going to play the games. Come over here, get a T-shirt, get some other swag, have
Take
some
a
fun.
picture.
Yeah, have some fun.
It's been real, guys.
The greatest
Stay
motorsport in the
tuned
world.
here. We're going to take a quick break. Miles
Love
will be
diesel
back.
supers.
Miles will be back to do the top
Top
crew
show.
awards.
Sounds great.
All right. Greatest motorsport in the world.
Multiple people refer to him as Morgan Wallen yesterday.
Yeah, that,
with us.
Thank you very much. I was really surprised to get this award, and I really appreciate it.
Now you're busy. I'm not going to keep you long. I know that you have to get back to work as certainly session number 2 of the mod class. No rest for the weary.
No rest for the weary. Yeah, luckily I didn't break anything last night, so just got to do the general maintenance, and we're about ready to go.
Awesome. Well, the folks from Angry Farmer are here with us. They're going to present you with a case, of course, of Angry Farmer products. Bug Tussle will present you with this trophy as well, and then also in here is a tow rope, 30,000-pound tow rope. So congratulations again.
Yeah, thank you very much, everybody.
Now I'm going to slide out of the way and let these ladies join you for a picture. They don't need my ugly face in that thing. And, certainly
Is that okay? I don't know, it's resting on my leg. Hang
out
on.
of the state of Indiana, the motorsports team. They will be out in the modified division here very, very shortly.
All good? Mm-hmm.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thanks, girls.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Wow. Appreciate you
You
guys.
need help carrying stuff? I can get it. As long as somebody gets the sign.
Yep, we're good. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's go do it again.
Who are we going with next?
Anybody else looking this afternoon? Nope. All right. You guys are Top Shop.
Super stock diesel truck.
Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Let me switch the sign and we'll do you guys next. There you go.
It's your favorite part.
Right.
I think. Did you hear him bark at me? He just barked at me.
Hey, take your sunglasses off.
Hey, you tell her, by God, if she want to wear those sunglasses.
Where do you want me at?
Honey, wherever you want to go.
Let me go back here.
He's got to change that little
There you go.
sign. He's got to slide that thing out of every one of those deals. Monroe County Society is the sponsor of your class, just so you know. For the presenting sponsor of this. It wouldn't hurt for you to include that.
What is it?
Monroe County Ag Society.
Monroe County.
The people that
Society.
are in the red shirts that they just pull on.
Okay.
Everybody look at the guy in the green. Put your hand down. Smile.
Act like you like one another. I got like 2 3.
Thank you. Jason's taking our picture. Oh, those lights are steamy.
You should have sat here for an hour and then 10 minutes and be fat and hairy.
No,
Then come talk about how steamy it is.
I'm sorry, buddy. Thanks.
I'm making butter and I ain't even on the track yet.
Chomp, chomp.
She's been around me long enough to understand I'm going to give her a reference like
Yes.
that. All right. Are we ready?
Egg Society.
Monroe County.
I just told him.
County
okay.
Egg Society.
If he doesn't
That's
thank him, I
us.
told him I was going to dock him $100.
Well, as long as I can remember it.
It's written right there.
Oh,
If you run into trouble, it's on
There
your
you
trophy.
go.
They put it on there for you.
All right. Yes.
All right, our next top crew award is our Super Stock Diesel 4-wheel drive truck class. We go to the Top Shelf team. Of course, they come our way out of the state of Ohio. And we have the family here, Nick Gillette, of course, as the driver, the pilot of Top Shelf, sir. Congratulations on behalf of the Monroe County Ag Society on being the top crew award for the Super Stock Diesel truck class.
Thank you. We're very happy to be here in Tomah and receive this award. I got to thank everybody up here with me, along with everybody at home that keeps this truck rolling. Special thanks to Monroe County Ag Society for having us here also. Thanks.
Absolutely. Well, on behalf of our friends at Angry Farmer, I'm going to let these ladies make some presentations. We have the trophy. We have a tow rope here in this bag for you. We also have a case of Angry Farmer products. Obviously, if they have not made your way to the Midway area here, we invite you to stop by the Angry Farmer booth and tell them that we sent you here from our awards presentation. So, again, congratulations. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you, Miles.
All right, ladies, step in there. Let me get out of your way.
Everybody look at the camera. Thank you. All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, girls. Where's
Ready?
grab that box for a trophy?
Take whatever you
Who
want.
wants it? Yep. Grab here, I'll grab a box.
Thank you so much. Congrats.
Thank you. Oh,
Thank you guys.
Dave, Monroe County Ag Society, have anybody else?
no. Right.
Haley's over there, that's Mini Rod, James Airy's here, that's 4-wheel drive, James Easy's here, that is Limited Pro. Haley, come on, join me.
Yeah. Gentry. Miles, don't hesitate if you need something.
I got you. Thank you. It's kind of warm right here. There's no air.
It's warm everywhere, yeah.
You get trapped under here and like pinned in this thing, and there's no air at all. But he's changing that little sign out real quick, and he'll be right back here with us.
Okay, what questions do I have to answer?
You do not have to answer a question whatsoever other than the people that you want to thank.
Okay.
And the other thing I will tell you is the trophy presentation and the class sponsor for this award will be written on the front of your trophy. If you'll thank them, that'll be it. It's also
Just
written on
the
there. So Cardinal
Glass
is who is your presenting sponsor for this. It's also written on this trophy this young lady's got. So if by chance you run out of the knowledge of remembering, it's written right there
always
for you.
do this.
Okay. All right, we're next going to present our Top Crew Award to our mini division. They were in competition last night, again tomorrow, and Haley Corinder is going to be the winner of that award out of the state of Indiana with Hurricane Haley, of course, in that mini division, and a part of the Outlaw team. We welcome you here to the winner's stage in the full pull area here, and obviously, congratulations on being chosen as Top Crew.
Thank you very much. We're very happy to be here. Tomah is always a great place to pull, great place to be for the pullers. A few people I want to thank is Brown's Oil Service out of Indianapolis. They're one of our veteran sponsors. Tom's Corporation out of Knightstown, Indiana. That's my job. They're a really big sponsor to us too. And Tom Gribby Trucking out of Modoc, Indiana. And then also thank you to Cardinal Glass and another shout out to CNG Motorsports out of Kentucky because they help us a lot too. We're just really thankful to be here and be a part of the program.
Absolutely. Well, our friends at Angry Farmer present you with a case of products as well here. The aerosol bottles coming your way. We have the trophy from our friends at Cardinal Glass, and you also get a tow rope to use. Obviously, you can't have enough of those, it seems like, in the trailer. So again, congratulations, and I'm going to let them make the presentation. So on behalf of Angry Farmer, as well as Cardinal Glass,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. We're done. We got her. Sorry to make you stand in the heat.
Oh, you're good.
Only note of housekeeping for you is on the front of your trophy and on the front of the sign that they put out front is the class sponsor. If you'll make sure you thank them, the rest is home. It'll be on that. I haven't seen it yet. I'll tell you as soon as it gets. It'll be written on your plaque that this young lady right here will be holding, and I'll also be able to tell you.
Thank you.
All right. And we go back with our next Top Crew presentation. This for our modified four-wheel drive class, and we go to the guy who has been on a roll here in the Dairyland. 3 consecutive wins at Tomah. Last night he picked up number 3 with Rule 19. This, of course, is Jake Ziering, his son Ike. Congratulations on being voted Top Crew. Favorite Cat, our sponsor here this weekend for your class.
Yeah, you know, I really want to thank Favorite Cat for sponsoring our class award, and it's a big honor to be able to be chosen for this and to be here and participate, and I really enjoy it. I also want to thank Todd Dugan and Angry Shine, and I've really got to thank my wife. Last night at the interview, I forgot to thank my wife. She's back at home, and she said, "Did you forget where I live?" And I said, "No, honey." I said, "I apologize." And I got a big crew at home that they're not here this weekend because we got a business to run, and they keep us going. And my daughter and my son-in-law and Isaac Hilburn, which is Carmen Foster's boyfriend. Without them guys back at home, we couldn't do this today, and my son did a great big help. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of Angry Farmer and, of course, Favorite Cat, I'm going to let these ladies make the presentation. You get some aerosol cans. You also get your trophy and a tow rope, sir. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much, Miles.
All right. Well, on behalf, of course, as I said,
Thanks, lady.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Congrats.
Thank you very much. Thank you. No, thank you guys for the wonderful show all the time. We'll see you up on the announcer stand again. I hope. Oh, yeah.
Limited Pro. Come right back here to our stage under the tent for our friends at Full Pull. If you have not already signed in and put your picks in for this afternoon session, we encourage you to do so. You have that opportunity to win some money this afternoon here in session number 2. And our top crew for the Limited Pro 4-1, we have James here with us. Of course, the old Hicktown Hurricane crew. Congratulations, sir. On behalf of Wilton Hardware, we get to present you with the top crew award today.
I appreciate it. I want to thank, obviously, my crew for getting me here and helping me out. Wilton Hardware for the sponsorship. Monroe County Fairgrounds here. Hell of an event they put on.
Absolutely. Well, our friends at Angry Farmer have, of course, jumped on board as well. They've got a box of product for you. We also have a tow rope that they're going to present you with as well. So not just a trophy today, we've got a whole bunch of things. I know folks here are going to be happy, obviously, to continue to use these products. You can't ever have enough tow ropes.
And never have to.
All right. Well, we present those awards again on behalf of Wilton Hardware and Haynes.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hold on, guys. One more. We got one more here. Okay. Here you go.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you.
Howdy.
How are you? Good. Congratulations.
Thank you. Can I put him on the chair?
I don't mind.
Maybe I'll just sit there.
Whatever you need
Come
to
here,
do.
Hank. You're part of it. Come here. Come here. There. You stay. We'll do that.
That'll work. That'll work. I'm going to slide behind Hank here. How's that sound?
You bet.
All right. I got you. Well, we go back now to our winners here in the Full Pull stage. And we've got Hank even here with us here as we present our award for the semi-class. Tin Truck Service is the sponsor of that class. And congratulations. The sailors, of course, are here with us this weekend. We're glad to have you.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting us here.
Well, on behalf of Kempton Truck Service, we get to present you this afternoon with a trophy, as well as a tow rope and some products from our friends at Angry Farmer, sir. You are the top crew award winner.
Appreciate it. Look forward to it.
Folks, we're going to present these awards now. We'll take a quick picture on behalf of our friends here at Kempton Truck Service.
Oh my goodness. You good? There you go.
All right.
Congratulations.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you guys.
Yep. All right. Let's go right now.
I got a sponsor right here.
another presentation. Now at this point in time, our driver is getting ready for competition in the Light Pro stock class. But the Cartwright family will be our Light Pro Top Crew Award. I have Mike here with Pioneer Seats. Mike obviously is our sponsor. The Pioneer Seat Company is the sponsor for our Light Pro. So Mike, first of all, thanks for supporting the class. And then additionally, thank you so much for everything you guys are doing. Let's talk a little bit about Pioneer and how things are going.
Well, things are good. You know, I think the biggest thing anyone in this area would say, we could just use a little shot of rain. So hopefully when the poll wraps up on Saturday evening, we got some raindrops coming. I think everybody have a lot bigger smile on their face.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't ever want rain the final weekend of the month of June, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but we don't mind have rain on Wednesday and Sunday even.
No, exactly. Let's get through the poll, have a good weekend, and get some needed rain. And thank you very much to our top crew here, and appreciate their efforts making all these polls great around the country.
Absolutely. Well, the ladies from Angry Farmer are going to slide over here next to you. I'm going to get out of the way. Obviously, Pioneer, the trophy presenting sponsor for this Top Crew Award for Light Pro. Also, our friends at Angry Farmer presenting some products. We also have a tow rope for the Cartwright family as well. So we'll get all those presentations made to them and make sure they get their trophy and their awards. But right now, we'll let Mike get his photo with the ladies from Angry Farmer.